Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. My name is Jacqui. Today we're in a pretty little garden, which I didn't anticipate being at because we're forecast for rain. And if you didn't see the news from earlier this week, on Tuesday we had torrential rain here in Paris. It was very brief, but it was kind of overwhelming. So I was planning on being at the Parc du Sceau this morning, but because it's quite far out of Paris and quite exposed, I instead at the last minute chose this location here. So bonjour to the people who've just joined us. Bonjour. We are here in the 4th Arrondissement. We are at the Archives Nationales de Paris. Okay, bonjour Susan. Bonjour. I think I can see Judy online as well. Bonjour. So we're in the little beautiful garden which is here at the National Archives in the 4th Arrondissement. So let's not look at me, let's look at the pretty little garden that we're in at the moment. So there's lots of people here. So bonjour Susie, welcome. So this is obviously early. Bonjour Judy. It's obviously very early in the morning still. We're in this beautiful little courtyard here. It gets quite busy around lunchtime. A lot of people come here and have their lunch. At the moment it's very quiet. The only people here there's me and there's a cleaner over there who I won't put the camera at. Bonjour Jen, caught you at the beginning, hooray, wonderful. Good morning Glenda May, lovely to see you. So let's have a look at this pretty little garden. Like I said, it's just very little. So we're at the National Archives. Yes, Susie, it is so picturesque. Bonjour Kim, welcome. So it's just a little wee garden. Now to get to the National Archives, like I said, it's in the 4th Arrondissement. I just came for a quick walk up the Rue des Archives from Hôtel de Ville. So it's very easy to get to. This is a lovely area. Of course, it's part of the Marais. We're in the Quartier des Archives, or the Archives Quartier. Bonjour Deborah, thank you for joining us. Okay, so there's some people over there doing Tai Chi, so I won't go over there and annoy them. Okay, so this is the main building. This takes up the whole block here, so we've got very large buildings here, and this one is very historic. So all these buildings are very historic. So we're also on the corner of Rue des Archives and Rue des Blancs-Manteaux. Rue des Blancs-Manteaux is one of the oldest streets in Paris. So this parcel of land was originally the Hôtel de Clisson, which was built in the 1300s. It was largely remodeled by the Duke, I think. There's a big history which I'm not entirely familiar with, but I'm learning. And he was the Duke de Soubise, who was the Duke de Rohan. Okay, so we've also got this lovely little area here. So this is the area we would enter. So the street, the entrance is over there in the distance. Okay, and so from the 1700s, a lot of these buildings here date from the 1700s, this building in particular. And during the revolution, the occupants at the time were they were emigres, so they escaped during the revolution, and the land was seized and it became national property. And then during the Second Empire, that would be Napoleon III, he appropriated this and deemed it the National Archives. So a lot of these buildings, like the one that we were just next to, actually have all of the archives of France in them. So the rain's going to start any moment now. Don't know when, so I have my umbrella just in case. But this building itself is gorgeous, and you did actually have princesses living here. Upstairs there is a beautiful suite for the princess. It's called La Chambre de la Princesse. And that was the Princesse Soubise Rohan, and it's very beautiful. I've taken photos, but we won't go up there. So this is open. It's free to the public. It's open every day except for Tuesday. So you're able to go in and have a look around. And I've asked if I can take a video in there, but I'll try to avoid people. So that's where the gardens were. Judy says yes, we all feel it, but it's we'd like to live vicariously, yes, being here. Okay, so let's go in here. So it's very similar to a lot of the buildings in this area. This is, if you can see it here, it's under glass, so there's a bit of reflection here. But you've got the layout of the structures that we are, yeah, it's very difficult to see, I'm afraid. Okay, so Rue des Archives is here, and the Rue des Manteau Blanche is here, and so the entrance is just here, and this courtyard we were just in is here. Okay, so you can see it's quite a large structure, and the garden, of course, is the part in the middle. That's where we were just a moment ago, and it's very beautiful. There's also the National Printery here, and that was also established under Napoleon III. Okay, so there's another little map with marks on it. Susie says, I've been to Paris 4 times and missed it so much. Don't we all? I mean, I live here, but I still have to get my fix of Paris every now and again. Okay, so we could go upstairs, but I'm a bit dubious of doing that. Like I said, I've taken some photos, so I'll post those. But this is the Escalier d'Honneur, which of course is the main staircase, and it, as you can see, is beautiful. This reminds me a lot of the building that the Picasso Museum is in, which is not far from here. And of course, we're in the same neighbourhood as the Musée Valley. There's a lot of museums in this area, in fact. So it's a very beautiful building. It's very old, like I said, it dates from the 1700s. Bonjour, Jenny. How are you? My granddaughter and I watched, and she thinks this looks like a place featured in the animated series in Riddick's Ladybug. It is possible that it is. I don't watch it myself. I probably should, because my girl would like it. There's a maquette of the Bastille, of course, which no longer exists. It was destroyed during the Revolution. And there's some keys from the Bastille. They're huge. They're longer. That big one there is actually longer than my hand. I can't get close. It's in a glass case. So in here we have a lot of amazing documents, like original documents, really old ones. There's a lot of random ones here, and they do circulate them from time to time. You can't really see a lot because they're all in glass. There were a couple over here that I thought might be interesting for you. They do have a little bit of information about making paper, obviously because the printery was here. This is the oldest document in the archives, and this dates from the year 625, and it's on papyrus, and it is the confirmation from the King Clotaire. It was the donation of the land that the church, the Abbey of Saint-Denis, is on. So of course that's also one of the oldest structures in Paris, and a very important one, because that's where all the kings are buried. I hope we still have reception. It's just a demonstration about how parchment is made from the skin of a sheep. Okay. Lots and lots of documents here that are really interesting. They are difficult to see through the glass, so I'll bypass them. So this is obviously a little bit newer. And they have an exhibition on at the moment about documents to outlaw slavery. And the actual documents are here. Now they did this twice, so there were 2 decrees. So there's three documents written here. One is the rules about slavery, and then you have the decree of 1794, which outlawed slavery for the first time, and then Napoleon repealed that because he realised how important slaves were to the economy, and then again in 1848 they outlawed it again. So let's just have a quick look at these. Okay, there's somebody over at the other one, so I'll just avoid there. It's very hot and very, very humid. Like I said, we're anticipating rain today. This is in a beautiful, was it Rococo style? It's beautiful. Again, a lot of buildings are in this style here in Paris. I was here a few weeks ago, and this room just here was actually called the music room. They had a big grand piano in here, and they were holding free concerts, which was really lovely. So they're doing a lot of promotion. Oh, there's the Grand. Doing a lot of promotion at the moment to get people to come. I've only been here for the first time a few weeks ago, even though, you know, it's one of these places you walk past all the time. This is a really fascinating neighbourhood. It's very dense. Of course, there's a lot of history regarding the Jewish occupants of this area. So that's another walk that I'd love to do, but I think it needs a bit more research, so I'll be looking into that. Okay, so like I said, that you can go upstairs, but it's a bit confined up there, and I don't want to lose reception on you. Okay, so we're about here out to the courtyard again. So it's very nice. And let's go outside and around the corner a little bit. So I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope it's not too cold or wet elsewhere, especially in Australia. Bonjour, Jenny Schaefer, welcome. So you can imagine on a nice sunny day, or even on a wet rainy day, this is a lovely place to come. So there we go, there's the Hôtel de Suisse. Okay, and you can see a little turret there, and that dates from the 1500s. We're going to go have a quick look past there. There is actually I walked past a real estate agent just down the road, and there is an apartment overlooking the garden that's for sale. So if you have 2.15 million euro, then you can go and see it and perhaps even buy it. So here we are on the Rue des Blanches Manteaux. So named because there's a church just down here, dating from the Middle Ages, where there were people who used to walk around in white jackets begging for money. Look at this building here. The detail on it is absolutely exquisite. Judy says, oh, let's buy that apartment together. Everyone, oui or no? Oui! On dit oui! Okay, so bustling neighbourhood. So the street here heads down to Hôtel de Ville, and this one here goes further into the quartier of les Archives. les archives, or the archives. Jenny Schaefer says, I could afford the doorbell. You and me both, Jennifer. Yes. So I could go back that way, or I could go forward this way. I think I'll just take you down here. What time are we? I think we're at 15 minutes already. It's just going to be a bit of a taste. Like I said, this is a last minute walk, because I was planning on being somewhere else, but with the rain as it's been, very unpredictable and quite violent at times, it's probably best that I stay closer to home. See this? So whenever you see a turreted tower like this, you know that it's from the Middle Ages, because they stopped doing this at a certain time in history. Again, a lot of the buildings are like this around here, and you've got newer ones as well. But if you see this, it's a very old painting work here. And this is the Porte de l'Hôtel d'Olivier de Clisson. So that was the original building that was here, which was refurbished, but of course they left this tower here. Isn't it great? Deborah says, que c'est beau, j'adore l'architecture. Moi aussi. Okay, so this was originally built in 1380. The Hôtel de Guise, which is this building here, is dated from 1553 to 1704, and then Soubise took over and made it just a little bit more special. Voila. So this is a big block, and obviously an important one for the archives, the National Archives. So it's great. So who else has been around this area? Kim says, I do love a turret. Yes, they're great, aren't they? Yes, you really know that you're in an old place when you see a turret. Many of these buildings are super old. Even if they date back to the Haussmann era, they're still beautiful. So the area that I'm now walking towards, it is a big area. There's lots of cafes and boutique shops of all sorts, and it's a big area for the LGBTQ community. Mary of Guise was mother of Mary Queen of Scots. She was indeed. And of course Mary Queen of Scots is also called La Reine de France. She was the Queen of France for a year before. Well, she was the Queen of Scotland and then the Queen of France, and yeah, so all of that history is fascinating, generally, isn't it? So yeah, so this is a great place to come in the evenings. Big party central, and of course that's what this area is really famous for its nightlife. So we've seen a little bit of history, something quiet, and now we're out into the noisy streets of Paris on a Friday morning. So we're coming to the end of the summer holidays. The weather is turning, but for now it is still very pleasant temperature-wise, if not for the rain that we get from time to time. But you never know, we could have another canicule, because the canicule is heat wave. So we've got Le Boutique des Archives, which is just over on the corner there. You've got lots of buildings that have the gay pride flag, and even have a crosswalk with a gay pride flag on it. Isn't that great? And some street art. There's lots of street art around here too. Again, some very old buildings. So this was originally on the outside. Oh, if you just click down here, you can see the Pompidou Centre. So we're right next to the, well, we're 2 blocks away from the Pompidou Centre. There you go. Voila. Well, I don't really have a definitive end in place, so we might just finish there. But thought that might be a nice way to see something touristic, interesting, historic. Next time you're in Paris, if you're able to get here, for those of you who can, it would be nice to come and visit. Like I said, it's free, and it's a great place to just come and hang out, just low-key. Somebody just said, oh, I just missed a message from somebody. Just trying to go back and see. I was looking for lots of history walks in the area. Thanks for showing us the inside of the archives. I only had a little walk in the garden courtyard. That was from Jen. So yeah, by all means, come back and enjoy. It's really nice, and if you come in the evening, of course, you can join in with the nightlife. So thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you, Judy, and everybody else who's joined us. Take care, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see how we go. Yes, I will have the kids back again next Friday, so maybe we'll have Parc d'Assaut next weekend if the weather is nice to us. So thank you again, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.